Simon & Schuster AudioWorks presents Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Max, I have terrible news.
You do? You've been having...
Former star of Parks and Recreations, Joe Biden, is dying.
He did? Yeah, I've heard, yeah. Horrible, terrible news.
He's
He's
perishing.
Yeah, and the thing is that the faith that will, as white males, men, probably will also end up there. This is the same faith that our life is heading there eventually. It's like,
why?
Because statistically, it's like 80% of people die, men develop prostate cancer if they live for a long time, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll get there. Maybe they'll fix it at that time. Unfortunately, Joe Biden isn't. He's pre-AI. There is that AI is getting started. Will he live long enough for AI to save him?
Sorry, I'm still caught up on the aspect where you were like, well, we'll all die from prostate cancer. I was like, well, that's unfortunate. And now I don't know where the AI, I kind of missed the plot on where the AI comes in.
It's like, because that's what will save us eventually, right? The savior AI was gonna...
You think the AI will be able to notice the cancer before a doctor would?
Exactly.
That kind of thing?
Or develop a cure, a vaccine. They inject your anus with it, or prostate directly, and you never develop prostate cancer. A real miracle cure, But unfortunately...
What if it was like they could inject it, and it would never get any cancer, but it won't do its thing anymore?
Oh, you mean you won't get sperm? You won't get sperm anymore?
It generates sperm, but it wouldn't orgasm you.
Oh, you wouldn't. So okay.
What if it didn't do that anymore?
I think if you're like 80 or 90 at that point, I don't know if it's that big of a deal.
They tell you have to do it young because it doesn't work. If
there's
that's
more.
The thing. You have to make the decision. You hit 18, you have to make the decision.
You're old.
Whether or not you would like to be able to enjoy.
Yeah.
Let's say not to be uncouth, but anal stimulation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
At the expense of possibility of cancer.
You're young and you're like, of course, I want to live forever, right? I want to get rid of this cancer, this possibility. You're a 130-year-old man sitting on a park bench, right? Mm-hmm. And you're old, depressed, and you're looking around and you see all the young couples enjoying anal sex and you can't join it. And it's like, what can you do?
You realize at the end of your life that you may have you have possibly given yourself more time, but at the expense of what? You barely lived.
You barely lived.
You barely lived. And I think that's the saddest outcome.
Honestly.
Saddest outcome of it all, really.
Yeah. Truly. Yeah. Yeah, well,
Whereas, I guess, in theory, Joe Biden doesn't have that. Because although he's dying of prostate cancer, maybe he's looking around going, well, at least I got to use my prostate some before.
True.
Before it.
Yeah.
Is it poor taste, do you think? Because he's not a very nice man, ultimately.
Unfortunately, no, he's not a nice man. Unfortunately, I don't know. I don't
not
give a
to
fuck,
be
honestly.
like, you gotta be nice to everybody kind of guy.
Yeah.
Or rather, there's like people who are fair game. But he was kind of not a very good man deep down, I think.
Yeah, he was pretty, from what people talk about him, he was pretty vindictive. He would get vengeance on you.
He was very obsessed with his legacy.
Yeah, and I don't know.
Which I think is a bad sign.
Unfortunately.
For me, because Hunter Biden had that child. With that lady.
That's true.
And it's just like he didn't claim that. He was like, that's not my family. And I think that's sad.
That's very sad. Yeah.
I think if you there's a point where you can get to where you can start to have that discussion on who you do and do not consider family outside of blood relation. But when it's a baby, you're like, I'm not touching that. That's sad, man.
And unfortunately, because
it's grim.
Trump is going to bring back the monarchy, but he's going if which will possibly there's a slight chance if the monarchy comes back, if there is an unfortunate, incredible faith accident that wipes out the entirety of the family of Trump family, right? Just unfortunate, completely chance, he would be the rightful heir, right? The baby, but he would be a bastard. He would be considered a bastard, right? He wouldn't be
Biden, the Hunter Biden's illegitimate child.
Yes, exactly. And then what happens then?
Well, I think that's what Game of Thrones is about, right?
Yeah, and then he has to,
because they sent Jon Snow to the wall for the express purpose of being like, you have to forget your claim to things.
Yeah, exactly.
And swear an oath to the wall.
What would
to stop the White Walkers?
What would
they thought it was the Wildlings? Because they didn't realize
he would have to come back, not as in vengeance, but to reclaim his
Joe
destiny.
Biden?
No, the baby Joe Biden, right? Let's say the bastard, the Biden bastard. That's
Biden
what they call
bastard.
it. The Biden bastard, they call it. He would have to come back, and he would have to because in King's Arthur Legends, it's the Excalibur, right? That he pulls out of the stone, therefore claiming the land. Because he can claim it, the land accepts him as the king. Therefore, he rules the land, right? What happens? What does he pull out? What does the Biden bastard has to do? To claim the entirety of the United States.
They have to be able to tame that evil dog that Joe Biden had. The one that was attacking the commander or something. Commander.
Yes.
The dog will still be alive in 30 years. Nobody will understand why, the child will come up, not a child anymore, and they'll nobody's been able to calm this beast. They just feed it and keep it their distance.
Yeah.
But the child will come up, and it will be again, Game of Thrones, direwolves. It'll be like that. The beast will sense an intrinsic master relationship with this creature.
Yeah, that's true. That's perfect.
And become immediately tamed. And people will go, "This is the Biden legacy."
Yeah, this is the monarch we need. The king, Biden Jr., King of the U.S. The King of England sounds bad, honestly. I don't know. King of the America. Nah, I don't know. It doesn't sound too good. King of England sounds really good when you say it, right? King of England.
But it's not. It's not. I've talked about this before. I think England sounds stupid. England.
But at least you can.
Britain sounds okay. If you was King of Britain.
Yeah, it sounds more fancy. But that's why they shout it in. During football games, right? England, because it sounds really good. Because what America, they say USA, right? That's the thing that they say during sports games in the US. The King of USA. I feel like leader of the states, maybe. Leader of the states, leader of the United States. Yeah, that's a
monarch. Monarch of the states.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking that maybe he tames a wild predator missile or something like that and shoots it into a civilian house, and that's how. I
think whatever that dog is called is a wild predator.
True.
From the stories you heard about it, Major or whatever. Was it Major?
No,
I think it was Major.
I think you were Commander. I think you were right.
It was something Major or Commander or Captain or Corporal or some fucking bullshit.
Sergeant, probably not. I feel like Major. You got it the first time, but who cares about it anyway? Who cares about them?
The stories of that, it's that thing was the wild beast, man.
Mm-hmm. It was biting. Do you think
it's
Secret Service.
Do you think after leaving the White House, Biden reunited with it, and now it's comforting him in his in his final days.
Yeah, it's like when a cat, like, lies on you when you're about to die. It's the same thing.
I thought you were gonna say like Joe Biden's like a cat where he'll wander off one day to die in isolation.
You go under the
That's
under your house.
That's why he backed down from being reelected, man. Because he was like, I need to wander off. I can sense that I'm about to die. I need to wander away and just pass.
Why is there a weird smell under the porch? So one day and you look there and you get a rake, you pull them from under there, and you're like, oh fuck.
Baron Trump is just like, there's a strange smell coming from underneath the rose garden of the White House. What's going on? Biden's just curled up in the rose bushes.
Well,
rest in peace.
No, he's not dead yet. I don't think that's.
No, I was saying within
in this scenario, yeah, of course.
He's dying. I don't have any allegiance to him because he's the leader of another nation.
Yeah,
you're got
allegiance
I don't get
to the
in trouble
king
for saying anything. I've got allegiance to the king.
Yes, the king
himself, Keir Starmer.
Keir Starmer.
I don't know if we're at the point where I'm allowed to. I think I'm still allowed to say bad things about Keir Starmer.
I don't know. Well, maybe soon enough. I don't know.
We'll leave it.
Maybe didn't I say about I think I talked to you about it, where it's like eventually AI is gonna summarize every single piece of media out there, like any sort of recording that's gonna just be fed through an AI. It's gonna summarize it. I mean,
they're already doing it. So.
Someone's gonna prompt it saying does it have any sort of anti whatever, and then they'll just mark it for
anti-me.
Yeah,
anti-me.
Keir Starmer, the evil dictator, is anti-me.
Well, because I know you get in trouble if you support Hamas, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think you get explicitly in trouble. I'm not saying I do. I'm not saying I do right now. Just to be clear.
And
I don't want to go to prison because I said something
a joke
on a podcast.
Yeah.
But just to be sure, because you can actually go to prison for that. They can be like, all right, we're taking you away. For
have you got a license for that? That's what they say, right? That's what they say.
Have you got a license for that, supporting a Middle Eastern terrorist group, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
As they have been delegated by the powers
the international bureaus or whatever. Interpol and whatever.
I would love to be at Interpol, man.
The Interpol would be awesome, right? Because you can just travel the world and stuff. You do international crime.
Here's the thing. I wouldn't want to be a police officer, but any level above a police officer, even like a detective.
Yeah,
it just feels so right, doesn't it? It just feels so good in your heart. I could do that.
I could be a detective.
Interpol, a ranger, like a Texas ranger.
when I started an internship, they called me an Interpol.
They called that's fun.
Yeah,
that's fun.
Yeah, I went there.
It's fun, and it's cultural based.
Yes,
but in like a cute way.
In a cute way, yes, exactly.
It's wordplay. I like it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's lovely.
Yeah. To anybody that doesn't know, I'm Polish, just to explain the joke, So.
And if he was an intern, they would refer to him as Interpol.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway. Cool. I like it. Have you told that one before? Because that's funny. I haven't heard that before.
No, I have not. I just came up with it. I'm such a good... It just came up with it.
It's not a bad... you got to wait until Interpol comes up naturally, I guess, which I feel like it doesn't usually.
It doesn't.
People aren't cool and talking... Can you join Interpol?
I just I like the idea. I said it just came to me, and I have a list, and I just I scratch it out the joke, just
why is there a big red button on the Interpol website that says "Identify me"?
Oh, what? What the fuck?
There's a wanted person section.
Oh, should we? No.
Maybe help us identify these unknown women who...
don't do that. No, I was thinking no.
I'm gonna leave that.
That's not funny. That's not funny.
I'm not going to touch that. All right. I'm not going to touch that. There's wanted persons.
Ben, let's do an intro. Welcome everybody to Dead Answers, the general media podcast, where me, Max, is a man, and here Ben...
You're the
is
Interpol.
Interpol, and Ben is a turtle flipped on its back, and I refuse to flip him back on the right side.
Huh?
I don't know why.
Why am I a turtle flipped on the back?
Yeah.
Max, Eurovision was the last weekend.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Did you
yeah,
hear?
I completely, this year I haven't really even, attempted to watch it. Because
I think I watched it a couple times a few years ago because I knew people are into it.
it was with my family. I would watch it when it was
It's
on.
something that, it feels very heavy this year in the influences, let's just say.
Yeah.
In the express.
The world is
it's one of those years where even people who don't really care that much about world news are maybe thinking like, why is Israel in the
world is
Eurovision?
it's hot right now, so there is people question a lot of things, and but I haven't followed it much. I don't even know who won. Did we got that open? So I don't have to
Let's
open
find out. Let me Eurovision.
Poland definitely didn't win because we fucking suck.
Here's what I heard before it started. I heard last week Ireland didn't qualify, which makes me go like, well, because they're usually the ones that hold up the little sign, right?
Oh,
Free Palestine sign.
Yeah,
Austria won. Second was Israel.
Okay.
Austria beat them by 80 points.
So I think that's quite a lot of points.
The public vote for Israel was crazy though. 297 votes from the public.
Yeah, well, you want to watch, so show your support however you want, however much you want, but whatever. Yeah,
it's up to you.
I haven't listened to any songs. I haven't
listened to any song.
I haven't re-followed it. I don't remember Cha 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 or whatever from last year or whatever it was.
That was from 2 years ago.
It was 2 years ago. Fuck.
That was 2 years ago.
The time is melting, and I am old. It seems because years are passing me by. I'm gonna be that old man with the cancerless prostate, and I'm gonna be depressed, unfortunately.
I'm reading here that Interpol is in the process of changing its e-recruitment platform from Talent Link to Recruitment Hub. So let's have a look at Recruitment Hub for Interpol.
Interpol. What role would you want to do in Interpol? Did you want to be like
whatever they've got going?
Just whatever
they've got going.
You're the janitor.
I just want to be a part of the mission. Interpol, International Police, fixed term, short term, technology. Before you apply, join us.
Yeah,
I'd like to join you, please. This is a new episode where we try and apply to jobs at various
agencies,
places agencies where we're maybe not qualified, but
yeah.
Damn it, we're gonna try.
Yeah, true.
At least I am.
We'll do like
search
CIA.
by keyword. What would be a good keyword? I don't know. Can I just search jobs? Just show me a big list. Here we go, man. Internship, AI ops, bro.
Oh, yes.
That's in Lyon, France.
We gotta get. What the fuck do you need to know for AI ops?
Let's find out. This is an internship. Dude, you can be the Polish intern at Interpol.
You can
be the Interpol. Interpol is the world's largest international police organization. Are there others?
Mm-hmm.
Are there other Interpols that aren't affiliated with
Maybe,
Interpol?
I don't know. International police agencies.
196 member countries. Interpol's internship program. Hold on. AI Ops. Directorate, Information Systems and Technology. Duration, 6 months. Starts in September 2025, approximately. Dude, you got until 2nd of June to apply. Primary duties. Within Information Systems and Technology Directorate, the Operations Subdirectorate is responsible for the operational support of the IS infrastructure applications, as well as the processing, storage, and management of the data of the organization. The requirements: be a national of one of Interpol's 196 member countries, which I assume we are. Have attained the legal age in the country of nationality. Be enrolled in or have graduated from a master's degree program. Fuck. Or PhD. Fuck.
God damn it.
A bachelor's.
Fuck. Yeah.
Do you only have a bachelor's?
Yeah, I couldn't.
All right. Well, if we don't even apply for the internships at Interpol, I feel like
maybe we can say we can do the classic of we have a theoretical
They have a theoretical degree.
In physics or whatever.
They really do have offices all over the world, man.
Maybe
in Singapore, France,
get past their filters,
New York, Argentina. Cameroon.
We'll go to the interviews. We'll do a bunch of jokes. We'll be funny, and the guy's like, I want to work with this guy.
I like the cut of your jib.
I like the cut of your jib. You got a chip on your shoulder, but I like you, you know. And then we get in. We try to find international criminals. Because that's what I thought. It was like when you opened that thing, I thought it was going to be like a list, like pictures of international criminals.
I think it's because I've been watching all these Mission Impossibles. Man.
That's true.
Like a global organization.
They're working, man. They're trying to recruit you. They're like...
Well, here's the thing. So I watched Dead Reckoning. I'm ready for Final Reckoning, which I'm going to see in 45 minutes.
Countdown. You're like Tom Cruise. You're looking at your watch.
Yep. I'm waiting for the... Hey, this podcast will self-destruct in 5 seconds.
Yeah, exactly.
And then they reveal that, like, to joining the IMF, you, like, get given the choice. There's, like, a choice. You, like get involved in, like, a mission, or you're in a position where you are, like... You have to choose between joining the IMF or not getting killed, but, like, you've got nowhere else to go, basically.
What? Wait, so
they give you a choice. You can either join the IMF, or live in danger.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Put your skills to use in IMF. Be an unseen hero saving the world every day. Yeah.
So they're basically like, either you save the world or we'll kill you. Basically, that's what you...
No, I'm saying they don't kill you, but they they give you the choice to join them when you're in a position where you've got nothing else.
Oh, you're like left. In that... okay, I get you, okay.
You're at the end of a rope, you know?
Yeah, they're like, you've done something, a full bar is fucked up, and then you're like... Yeah, it's a bit like... Honestly, I don't think that's going to hold in court. Honestly, I feel like that's under duress.
Well, it's a you know, it's a very shady organization.
Yeah,
they don't take any direct orders. That's the thing. They just say that America just says we need help with this. We're hoping something happens with it, and the IMF may or may not get involved. They have no direct orders.
So it's like God, basically, right?
They're just like, get to choose what they do and what they don't do.
The army kind of like prays that the IMF maybe will get involved.
Yes, dude. Okay. That's why every single time is your mission. Should you choose to accept?
Oh, okay.
Because you may not accept, but here's the thing: they always accept.
We accept that you're like a soldier in some like destabilizing some country. You're in the trench, like, all the people, resistance fighters are surrendering you, and you're like, please, Tom Cruise, come and save. You're praying, you're putting your hands together, and then he flies in, he's outside the plane.
I think if you're a random soldier, you don't know who the fuck he is.
You don't know who he is.
But he just appears.
He appears.
And like the manifestation of destiny. Mm-hmm. He saves the day. He saves the world. And nobody knows.
You see him running and you're like, fuck, that guy runs,
He does run a lot. He does run a lot. There's one in Dead Reckoning, he's running on top of an airport.
On top of an airport? You mean
an airport.
What do you mean on top of?
Like a terminal of an airport.
Oh, okay.
On top of it.
I thought you meant like literally like somehow on top of like literally in the air.
What's
on top
confusing?
Of it I don't know why.
What do you mean? Why would I have meant he's running
or like
in the air?
Because I thought like an aircraft carrier. That's what I thought you meant for some reason. Because I just thought you didn't know what that's called. That's why
It's interesting your brain went there. It's interesting your brain went there.
Because you were like, because you don't know any of these things, so you'll be like, it's an airport on water, and I'll be like, oh, an aircraft carrier or something like that. And
I would say aircraft carrier if he was. I've seen Top Gun.
I'm sorry, I just didn't trust that you would know.
I know what an aircraft carrier is. You've made yourself look like the fool by thinking I'm the fool.
Okay,
how does that feel?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm fine. I'm fine with it.
You're fine.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. I claim it.
It's gonna hold you.
I'm full maxing nowadays. You know.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Full maxing.
Yeah, full maxing. I just
full
make
max.
a full literally. Yeah.
Fool.
Yeah, like fool, like a fool.
You said like, I'm full maxing, as in like jester maxing, like.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But as a fool.
No, but like I thought you meant like full, as in I'm full.
Oh, okay.
Full max. I'm fully maxed right now. I'm full maxing.
We're all fools in the end, I think.
You know what? In the end, we're both fools. I like Dead Reckoning.
Yeah.
I'm kind of glad I went into this one being.
Watched everything.
Seeing people be like, "Oh, this one's not that good," you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's got problems. The prologue is too long and boring. It's like 30 minutes before the opening credits, and all of it is like exposition or like very moody stuff, which doesn't feel in keeping with the franchise. But the rest of it, I loved.
Mm-hmm.
I like the set pieces. I like the story. I like all the AI stuff. The bad guys are the AI in this one.
The bad guy is AI? Is it like...
The bad guy is AI, the entity.
Is it an AI controlled by somebody, or is it like a rogue AI?
No, that's what they're trying to do, is get control of it.
Okay.
So America's like, Ethan, we want you to get the key that we think it will lead us to the source code for the AI. And the AI has already infected almost everything in the world, basically. At first, it was just social media. And they were like, well, there's a rogue AI in social media. I guess that's not a big deal. But it's fine. Because it was doing stuff that they liked. They were like, we'll let it go.
Okay.
Because it was to our own benefit. Unfortunately, it's no longer to their own benefit because it's everywhere. Yeah. You can't trust what you see. Mm-hmm. You know, it's like AI in real life, you know? Exactly, it's getting to the point where you can't trust the fucking shit you see, the pictures you see online. Mm-hmm. Could be AI.
You can't trust us either.
You can't trust us. We could be AI. We could be all entirely generated via, whatever that...
Grok.
AI, it might be Grok. Somebody putting it in Grok saying, talk like this about Star Trek.
Yeah, and upload full episodes every week.
You know. So they're like, Ethan, help us get this key that we think leads to the source code for the entity. But he decides, and he goes against everybody. America is hunting him down in this movie. Even. He's like, nobody can have control of the entity. I'm going to kill it. I'm going to kill the AI.
Yeah, like he's going to... Where does the AI live? Is it like...
That's what the mystery is.
Oh, okay.
They have this key that they think leads to it, but they don't know where it leads. It leads to a submarine. They set it up at the beginning of the film, but the characters don't know. It leads to a submarine that has the entity on it, but the submarine is crashed, and you need a key. You know the sort of like 2 keys that people have? They put them in at the same time and turn them, and it activates the thing. It's that kind of key.
There's a Polish actor plays in that movie, I think. The guy that is like the submarine officer, I think.
Okay.
It's like a Polish actor.
Yeah. The submarine section is like the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's like the first, because I did watch the first 10 minutes and then watch the rest of the movie.
I don't really remember. They shoot themselves. They shoot themselves with a torpedo.
Unfortunately.
The entity makes them do it.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, but that's the
But now,
that's the premise.
soon enough.
It's cool. And Final Reckoning is the second half, and I'm gonna know all about it.
Yeah.
In about 40 minutes.
Yeah, you're gonna. I like the loading
excited.
bar becoming Tom Cruise, and it's like loading on you. It's like slowly taking over the
I
position
would.
progression.
I would,
you
I
know,
think.
over your head. You watch that movie, it's done. You can't go back from it. You know.
That's fine.
Yeah, you choose to.
I think I'm okay with the idea of becoming Tom Cruise. That's fine with
It
me.
goes to you if you choose to
The biggest
accept
movie
it.
star ever.
Ben, do you want to become Tom Cruise? And then you go, well, I gotta, or because I've done
It's
some
like
horrible things.
Yeah. I've become Tom Cruise.
Because like I don't think what
I look at the camera.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Do you Ethan Hunt? What is his like speciality? Because he's just like
he's sleight of hand.
Okay.
This movie does a lot of sleight of hand.
Okay, it's this one.
But the main point
specifically.
of Ethan Hunt is that he can do anything.
Okay, he's the
In Fallout, he gets in a helicopter. He's flying the helicopter, and it is akin to Tom Cruise because I found out for Fallout, they were like, I want to be the one flying the helicopter at the end of this movie. I don't want I don't want a helicopter pilot to come in and do it, and we should do it in a way that you can't tell it's me flying it. You know, I want to shoot it in a way where you can see I'm in that. I'm flying after the bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, okay, well, in order to do the stuff that you need to do in this movie, it was going to take you like, I can't remember what it was exactly. It's like 90 days or something practicing like 8 hours a day.
Well,
in order to get there,
he's rich.
Like
he doesn't have anything else to do.
It was like practice 6 hours a day for like 90 days, and you'll get there. And so they were like, oh, is there a limit on how much I can practice in a day? And so, over the course of 12 hours a day for 45 days, they did it.
Jesus Christ! Well,
they just doubled up the time.
Good on you, Tom Cruise.
And then he's flying it at the end of the movie. Mm-hmm. He's flying that shit.
Wow.
So he is Ethan Hunt in that he can just do things.
That's true.
He's like Taskmaster in Marvel. He sees somebody do something and then he can do it.
Mm-hmm. He just avoids the part where he has to see someone doing it. He just knows. He's just master, basically, not Taskmaster. Mm-hmm. But yeah, sounds interesting. It will be fun to see your opinion of the full. How many movies?
8.
8 movies altogether.
8 movies. Never
more to be made ever again. Tom Cruise is going to go after them if they try to revive the series. You know?
He might do more Mission Impossibles. I think he said, in an interview over the last couple of days, he was like, I'm never going to stop making movies.
Yeah,
I'm
but
be 100
maybe
years old making movies.
Make some other movies instead of just Mission Impossible movies, you know?
He said he'd keep doing action. He was like, I'll keep doing action as well.
Jack Ryan.
I'll do action, drama, whatever.
Just do Jack Ryan, you know?
Yeah, Jack Reacher.
Jack Reacher, I mean, or do Star Trek. That would be awesome. Get Tom Cruise
in Star Trek.
Star Trek.
I don't think it would work.
I don't know.
He's got too much star power for it.
Yeah, and it would also curse him, where he wouldn't be able to get jobs afterwards.
He'd be able to escape. I think the issue is that the issue is the opposite. I don't think they'd be able to make any more Star Trek afterwards.
It would be too good.
They'd have to pay his bill.
That's true. Unless he wants
and
to.
Also, it would be really awesome.
He was a big fan, and he was like, I just want to do this, and I'll do it for, cheap.
He would be like, he would be on Star Trek, and he'd be like, if we're going to do this, we have to make real phasers. We have to make the real phaser technology.
yeah.
Otherwise, the people aren't going to see that they're fake, and they're not going to like it.
Yeah, he's like,
and he'll put the effort in.
What sort of degrees and knowledge do I need to create a phaser? And they're like, well, you need probably a degree in engineering, maybe physics, theoretical physics. It's you need around 5 years, 10 years to do it. And then they're like, and then he's like, what if I do it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week?
Give me 5 years, I'll do it.
I could do it in 4 years, you know.
Give me 5 years and I'll have a phaser in your hand.
In your hand right now.
And then when you know it, 5 years, real phasers.
Real faceless. Tom Cruise. I like that would be an amazing like Wikipedia page. You get that page on like you become from a movie star to like real inventor and you know like changer, you know, shifter of the future. Because then everybody uses phasers.
We just don't have it anymore.
We don't.
People don't have that kind of juice.
Chutzpah.
Instead, Timothy Chalamet spends like 2 years getting into character to play Bob Dylan. It's like not even the best performance in the film.
I don't know, man. I don't know what to. It's like that's the thing. I can't fucking judge it because I don't fucking know Bob Dylan. I don't know who that is. Honestly, it's like, is he? Did he do it well? I guess people said he did it well, so I guess I'll go. Yeah, all right. I guess.
And you just follow along whatever he else
because
says.
like I don't know Bob Dylan. I don't know him.
Blaze your own trail.
He doesn't talk. He doesn't talk. I could look into it, but I'm not gonna claim stuff. You can claim. You claim stuff all the time. You can do it. Muad'Dib. Yeah,
he's coming back.
Isn't? Are they? When is? Did they say when the new Dune is gonna be made?
I think they're making it.
Probably, yeah.
They're making it.
But yeah, I guess I don't know what I watched.
That's all I did this week, man.
Yeah, I
started Death Stranding so we could talk about it.
But that's gonna take you some time.
It's gonna take me a little bit.
Walking around.
I'm getting into it. I'm into it.
Yeah, I watched. Due to I realized that a lot of the times when I watch a movie, there will be like a connection.
There will be blood.
There will be blood. Like we were talking about the Jacob's Ladder. I talked about the Jacob's Ladder, and there was a connection of I've watched.
You're saying you've got like a through line.
Yeah, there's like a through line.
You can always connect it back to the last thing.
I really liked Jacob's Ladder, the original. So I watched the remake. Then I realized there is a remake of what did I watch the remake of? Fuck, I'll have to
One Cut of the Dead.
One Cut of the Dead, and then it's like, and then I watched The Abyss because I wanted to watch it already, and you watched it, and it pushed me to watch it, And then I've watched something that was on my list that was I heard about, only heard the idea of the movie, and that's why I put it on my watch list. And now it pushed me again. The Abyss itself pushed me towards watching this movie because the main character, main actor is Ed Harris. Plays
what is the movie? What's the movie?
The movie's called Night Riders.
Okay.
And it's directed by George A. Romero from the Night of the Living Dead fame.
Right.
Yeah. It's a pretty unusual film for him because it's kind of not really a horror or anything like that. It's kind of like, I don't know what to call it, like drama more than anything, like social drama, because it follows this troupe, right? And I guess you would call them a troupe of like traveling performers, and what they do is they ride motorcycles dressed as knights.
Okay.
And they joust, and they do like a Renaissance fair, basically. They do like they host travel around the US.
It's not set in an alternate reality where it's like a sci-fi fantasy.
No.
It's just regular Renaissance fairs.
It's literally people wearing like aluminium foil and stuff, like riding motorbikes around, jousting and stuff, and like using like they specifically like say that it's like rubber weapons, to like knock each other off of these bikes, and stuff like that. It's a very strange movie. It's very long. You do feel it. I watching this movie, I did feel a little bit like, oh, and it's really dumb because then reading reading about this movie, the original cut was 70 hours for this movie, and I was like, well, I guess by a cut you meant you probably had all this raw footage and you just shoved it into the movie.
The fucking like the assembly cut or whatever I think it's called, where it's just all of the footage.
Yeah, exactly, and that's the thing, it's like...
Which is still a lot of footage to have.
It's a lot of footage, because what I feel is they probably recorded a lot of these fight scenes, I don't know what to call them, like these jousts, that they do, that they have, because it's not just jousts, they do jousting, and then they'll also do like just chaos when there's just bikes all over the place. They have fucking weapons, they're just bashing each other with these weapons and stuff like that for a really long time. These scenes will be really fucking long when they do this.
Well, I mean, I'm looking at it, man. It's shorter than the Mission Impossible film them seems like.
Well,
and the last one is
but
shorter
comparably
than Reckoning and Final.
Comparably to what the movies used to be like, where they would used to be 90 minutes, this is a pretty long movie. In the 80s.
I don't know, man. I saw Seven Samurai. That shit was like 4 hours long.
But it's not American. It's not Hollywood. No, honestly, this was an independent production.
I saw Lawrence of Arabia.
Yeah,
that's like true. 5 hours long.
Yeah, and a lot less motorbikes than this one. But
more horses and camels.
Yeah, camels and horses and camels, and a train. I think at one point. But yeah. It's a weird movie because it has like these scenes. Not really sure. Like the movie is about like alternative lifestyles, right? It's like this idea of not being, stuck to a place, moving, and living on the road, with these performers. They have this like people, for some reason, when I read these reviews, they're talking about like that they kind of, all the descriptions of the movie, they're kind of talking about them living by like a knight's code, but not really. Nothing is kind of mentioned about it. They don't follow a rule, right? Like a codex of rules that these made up knights have, here in this. It's mostly the main character, Ed Harris's character. It's less of like a code. There's more like, I don't want to do this for the money, I want us to kind of live as this collection, like as a family, right? That's what they literally describe themselves as, like this big family where we kind of survive together, rather than sell ourselves out, because there is that implication of like these events actually draw quite a lot of people, and there are like these kind of predatory journalists that want to sign them up for like an actual like shoots and like magazines and stuff like that to become famous, and it's like this idea of selling out and not being able to kind of live anymore like they did, right, with this idea of freedom, and stuff like that. But there isn't, it's like none of it is very concrete. Like it feels like, because he's the king, he like literally sits on the throne and he's got a queen and stuff, but like none of it is concrete. Like there is like, if the person, whoever wins the joust at the end, has to fight him, and technically he should become the king, but not really. He has to also like make him yield, but then his knights can protect him. It's like really weird like set of rules that they have in this like mobile, troop that there are, Sure. But it's like, I guess it's like, is a George A. Romero movie in the sense that it's kind of describing this microcosm of society, right? Where it's like, the original movie, Night of the Living Dead, it was just kind of like about racism and stuff like that, undertones of racism and stuff like that, or like Dawn of the Living Dead of like consumerism, right? Of like the mall and here it's like another one of these stories of like these people that want to live this alternative
outsiders.
Outsiders that like hate the fact that they have to kind of be involved with money and stuff like that, like they have to live, they are outside this system, but at the same time they have to kind of dip their toes into the system to actually be able to survive, to be able to live at all, there's like characters that like, there's a closeted gay man that like, eventually comes out at the end of it, finds a partner, it's like, it's like and how, it's like how these kind of groups attract outsiders to the actual, like, larger society.
Would you say it is a queer film? Would you say it would align with that kind of?
Not really. Like the stuff with the queer relationship in this movie isn't very kind of like, there is like few bits, like I guess comparably to what was like, the way you would portray like a queer relationship at the time is pretty progressive, I would imagine, because there is like this implication of like not implication, but there is a scene where one of the other character is like, are you gay or not? And he's like, I don't want to tell you, like, I don't know really. It's like there is that path of him discovering and like claiming it, in the end, actually realizing that he is gay, and the thing is that it's like there is that cool scene between these two characters later where he's like, you shouldn't have done that. Like, it isn't your place to be, calling this out, in front of people too. Like, it is like like a scene, outing, where he's like, it's for me to do, it's not for you to go like shout about it, it's it's like, but in general, it's like, and I really like the ending. Like, the ending to this movie did kind of made this movie for me. It isn't like the best, honestly. It is quite boring, but the ending really kind of nicely made me really sad. Like, I don't know. I guess I can spoil it. If you're interested in this, are you interested in this movie? I'm not.
Personally, I don't care.
But
about spoiling
the night, it ends with the leader basically.
Ed Harris's character.
Ed Harris's character, who was a king, giving the crown to like the second in command, basically person. Okay.
And it's good that it's got Ed Harris in it. Because I like movies in which he survives the entire time.
Well, he leaves
like
the camp.
Abyss. That's what I loved about the Abyss so much.
Well, he leaves the camp and kind of he realizes that he can't keep it's like, like he can't keep the group together. They can't leave, like
they're too fraught.
They're too, but they do have a point. Like the second of the command has a point that we need to be able to maintain ourselves in a way. We need to be able to live. These people need a place to be. But he, realizing that he can't give them that, so he leaves. Like he like on good terms. He realizes he can't be here and can't be for them. Be a leader for them.
Right.
So he leaves. In a way, in like a in a good way. Like he leaves for their sake.
I get it.
In a way.
I get it.
And there is that insane scene where he's like driving the motorcycle, and you can see him like kind of the last bouts of freedom that he gets, and he drives straight into a truck, like head-on collision into a truck, basically. And and you get the funeral scene, and it's like really, it's a touching scene, of someone just self-destructing themselves at the end, but like looking back at the movie and like looking at the themes that it touched on, especially with like even just the time that it was made at, contextually, I really enjoyed kind of chewing through it, but I don't know if it's that much an unenjoyable watch,
Sure.
So, Knight Riders, at least cool costumes.
Well, all right, then.
Cool costumes. Even
cool
though,
outfits.
Yeah, they do have like all of the knights do have
Riders.
like variant. They don't have like the same, armor on. Each one has their little like variant to the armor, that they're wearing, which is really nice. That but they do look like festival wears, like they do like kitschy, they
Cosplay.
look kitschy. And it's really funny because like all their helmets are huge because they have, because they they took a real motorcycle helmet and they just stuck stuff onto it. So it's like huge, you know. But they look fun, you know. Like overall, the actual design is pretty fun. And the motorcycles, the fucking accidents that the stuntman had a fucking trip here because there was so many bits where, like, you know, they do the thing where the front wheel stops suddenly, you know, and the person just gets launched forward. It's just like looks gnarly, basically. But yeah, I don't know. I also watched a different movie called. I should have honestly talked about that one more because if I feel it's more relevant, it's newer and just kind of like
Sure.
yeah, because it actually came out this year. Dead, what's it called? Dead Male. I don't know if you heard of that. It's a pretty indie production. It's Shudder that produces it, so you know but it's kind of following this kidnapping where a guy escaping his kidnapper for a second is able to send like a note through the mail, like with you know, like not enough information there, but like you know, stuff like that. But like, and that note,
a sign for help.
Yeah, exactly. But and that note then ends up in the dead mail, basically, like the dead letter room or whatever you want to call it, you know. And you kind of get this person doing like this investigation about how to find out where this. He's the specialist for finding and doing these investigations, and you know, there's like, it is really interesting because it's like it's really weird, let's say, the way this movie is structured, because they have this big thing about this guy. He's in the dead male, you know, room, and he does this and it establishes this character, and then you get a character switch like 30 minutes into the movie and it follows someone completely different, and it kind of follows the like how that letter ended up, you know, in that dead letter box, you know, into that room.
Is it like a collection of shorts then?
No, it isn't like a collection.
Thing,
no. It's a full length like movie, you know, and it follows. And that's the thing, because like the weird thing about it is, like, when I initially watched it, what confused me was, you know, it does that and it feels like it's doing a flashback. You know, it feels like, you know, it does like a flashback and it will come back to that character, you know, but it doesn't, and it just continues, you know, and then it, you know, at like, you know, 40 minutes later from that switch, you know, after the initial 30 minutes, it goes back, you know, syncs up back again with that, you know, that switch, the initial switch that we had, you know, and that's the only kind of pretty weird thing about this movie, you know, but in general, I kind of liked it. Like, I recommend watching it and giving it. It's pretty like low indie production, you know, in terms of like the budget and stuff, but it takes place in the 1980s, and they do a really good job at they do the thing with like like, you know, making it seem like it was shot on film, you know. Like they did. What's the other movie that we spoke about? The
film grain, the noise.
Yeah. Home. What's the movie about staying at the winter staying movie because they couldn't leave?
What? The winter staying?
Yeah, I don't. I'm completely blanked on the title. Holdovers. The Holdovers.
Oh, right, yeah.
The Holdovers, you know, where they also did digital. They also shot this movie on digital, and they applied the and they did a really good job, you know. And they also the production design in terms of like actually making the environment seem like they're from that time is amazing. Like, honestly, for the budget, you know, the performances are great. The kind of just theming and the story, like, because it's like you think Shudder and you think like horror, basically. And it is like a horror.
Shudder, and I think shitter. Because let me tell you, some of those films,
honestly, true.
But some of them are pretty good.
Yeah, exactly. But you know, some of them are stinkers.
I'm being facetious.
But you know, it's in case of this one, you know, like this is a pretty well-made movie. I recommend it. Dead Male. I'm not going to get into the themes, but it was maybe if you got time, then I would recommend you watch it. I think you would be interested in it because it's more of a thriller rather than
Max recommendation.
It's pretty decent too.
Dead male. That's not how you spell that. Dead male.
Not like a male, like a male.
No, I know. I fat fingered in a couple extra letters by mistake. All right, dead male. That's in there. All right, cool.
Yeah.
What are we looking at? 6 out of 10 on IMDb.
Oh no! Well, I guess you don't gonna watch it now.
Man, dude, it's got Mika Fitzgerald in it.
Mika Fitzgerald,
Thomas Boykin, Mickey Jackson, and Josh Harp. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'll check that out. Hour and 46 minutes, man. I was hoping it'd be like an hour 20.
No. You were hoping that it would be like Night Riders. It would be 2 hours or so. No.
I was hoping it would be 3.5.
Maybe I'll give you shorts. Maybe then you'll watch my recommendations.
Some YouTube shorts.
I'll find shorts. Yeah. YouTube shorts, and then they will analyze the YouTube
I'm
shorts.
saying I want longer movies.
You want longer movies than an hour and 46 minutes.
Yeah, man, that's what I was saying. Night Riders was too short, shorter than Dead Reckoning, even.
That's true.
And that's a Mission Impossible.
You can watch on the Silver Globe. That's a really long movie.
I'll watch them on most people put movies on 2 times speed.
Oh no!
I'm gonna do 0.5 times.
Oh, you're gonna watch.
I'm gonna watch movies slower. Yeah, I'm gonna watch movies slower. Is gonna be my thing.
So you can absorb them better, right? Because that's how it works, right? When you
yeah. That's exactly it.
You know how it's like when David Lynch is watching your movies on your fucking phone, like a lot of directors are there is a right way to watch a movie. I wonder what they would say about that, watching the movies at a slower speed.
If you want to take David Lynch for example, he put a lot of bits in his movie fucking slowed the fuck down already.
That's true, you're right.
He'd probably be like, this is you did it even more.
And also backwards.
Backwards sometimes, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All sorts of ways.
Exactly.
All sorts of ways.
And if you listen to this episode backwards, then maybe you'll find something. I don't know.
There's probably a couple hidden secret messages you could make up if you listen to this episode backwards.
Yeah. And
yeah, maybe there's a bit where we talk about how hell is empty or something. It sounds like one of us says hell is empty.
Hell is empty?
And you're like, what the fuck?
Well.
Coded messaging.
Mm-hmm.
Coded messaging is bullshit, man.
You think so?
Just tell me the message. Just tell me the message, man. I haven't got time for all this.
Yeah, nobody listens to that's the thing now with the abundance of media, right? Abundance of content on the internet. You don't even have to encode their messages. You just fucking say them and nobody's going to listen to them anyway.
Yeah. You just put some secret task or whatever for a spy in a forum post online, some random forum. Just let it sit there.
Yeah,
be like check the PBJ and Otta forum for your task, and then you go there and it says invade Canada.
No, that's true. That's Canadian bacon for you.
All right, yes sir.
That's literally Canadian bacon.
What's Canadian bacon?
That's the movie. That's what happens. They invade Canada.
Who invades Canada?
In Canadian bacon. America.
Who's Canadian bacon?
A movie.
Who is it?
It's a movie by the guy who did Fahrenheit. What's it called?
Columbine.
Columbine. Yeah,
Columbine.
Michael
yes. Moore.
Yeah, Michael Moore.
Michael Moore. I haven't seen any Michael Moore films. Canadian bacon not being one of them. So maybe make some current references next time.
You confused me so much about the Canadian. It's I don't know what to say. Who invades Canada?
Saying this
In
shit
what?
like
Canada
Canadian.
Canadian
Well,
bacon.
I
It's a
don't
movie.
understand.
And you're like
I was
just-
making a salient point, and you started talking about Canadian bacon. and I
Because
was
they
like,
invade Canada
The meat?
in there.
the meat,
They invade Canada there,
the
you know?
circular meat. It's gammon, I think.
Gammon? That's a meat?
What it's. Yeah, you know what I mean. I never understood
Gammon?
Canadian
Meat?
You know, it's like a cut of pork.
Is that what you call that? Gammon.
Gammon.
Okay. All right.
Gammon. Gammon.
It's
Gammon.
cured meats.
Yeah.
I don't think
That's
I ever
what-
had a gammon. That's why I'm
But like that's what Canadian bacon was, because I always remember in cartoons when they make fun of Canadian bacon. That was like, what is it, ham or something? And I mean, it kind of is. Gammon is kind of.
Is
ham.
that like a recurring bit that they do with the Canadian bacon?
In some shows, in American shows, yeah. Because they have the whole bit of like, you would order bacon and then you get Canadian bacon. You're like, that's not what I wanted. I wanted bacon.
Is it cheaper? That's why they do it?
I don't know. I think it's just a cultural thing. It's like you go to Canada and they're like, here's a toonie. You're like,
Yeah.
what? Huh? A boot?
Yeah. Yeah. Isn't it funny? It has to be insane to be a stripper in Canada because they're like throwing coins at you instead of dollar bills. Dollar bills, you know?
You think they're just whipping loonies and
Just-
toonies
Ow,
at strippers?
You're just like getting hit with metal.
It's not so much the being thrown at them, because I'm sure they throw them gently. It's probably more the like standing on the stage afterwards.
Mhm,
The
they're
bottom of the stage is
slipping.
covered in like coins. Some of them are like sticking upward, and you stand on them by mistake.
They do a thing where they like, if to count, they do a thing where you have to throw it in a way where it sticks to the stripper, so they know which one it belongs to. They're like the spoon man, you know, when the spoon man, where he puts the spoons on them.
Canadian strippers have magnets in them for this purpose.
Yeah, they have one of those things where they like extendable like thing that has a magnet at the top of it, so they can do at a distance.
Yes.
I don't know if they're magnetic, honestly, the coins in Canada. It could be because they tend to have like a steel core or some shit. I don't know. Iron
I
core.
don't know anything about loonies and toonies.
Loonies and toonies. Anyway,
Toonies.
let's end this.
Thank you for listening to Dead Ensigns. I need to go and watch the last the final Reckoning, Mission Impossible film.
It's gonna come back
in
changed.
like 20 minutes. I think it's probably going to start. It's around 20 minutes. So I got to get going. Thanks for listening. Go to deadensigns@gmail.com if you want to send an email. You can find us Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon, yada, 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 other podcast apps. Like, subscribe, and also comment in a lot of those places too. But you can also go to YouTube. We upload it there as a video where you can like, comment, and subscribe as well. Until next time, bye.
Bye.
That's the wrong button.
It's shorted out, sir. We're gonna have to phaser it.
Then what are you waiting for?
Right away, sir.
Faster would be better, Ensign.
I can't, sir. We don't want to...
That's enough.
But, sir...
Stand aside, Carlton. I'm going through. You're alive. Good.